I find your forgotten childhood movies, and this comment had me stumped for a while. They reached out and said, can you help me find this film, please? It's an early 2000s sci-fi animated movie about a boy who isn't quite human, but he's living in a crazy futuristic city. At one point, the villain had this machine that turned kids into robo versions of themselves or something like that. And that is admittedly a very vague but slightly specific description that at least gave me something to go on. So I started digging through early 2000s animated sci-fi films and thought maybe this is Titan AE. But then the lead of that film is human, and I thought maybe it's not that, and then the rest of the film doesn't kind of line up with it. And I started going through other robot films like The Iron Giant and the 2000s film Robots, which does weirdly fit into a lot of categories on this, but I think the villain of that film is trying to get rid of older, obsolete robots, and I suppose everyone in that film is already a robot, so you wouldn't be turning people into robots. But before I carry on, my name is Dawson. I talk about film and TV every single day, so drop me a follow if you haven't already. Then start searching on Google for film where animated villain turns people into robot versions of themselves, and again, I could only find films like Astro Boy, which doesn't fit the bill and is a bit later in the 2000s. Then I stumbled on The Gold Mine, an animated film where the kid is not quite human because he's a robot, and he's also Pinocchio. If I'm right, this film is the 2003 animated film Pinocchio 3000, which is a version of Pinocchio in which Geppetto creates a robot version of Pinocchio, and there's an evil mayor in the city who's the bad guy. The mayor's opening up a new theme park, stealing all the electricity, so Geppetto has to steal electricity from the mayor, which causes a rivalry between the two, and that electricity is used to bring robot Pinocchio to life. The mayor, who's called Scamboli, I might add, is trying to get rid of nature and build a city called Scamboville, and builds a kid-only theme park called Scamboland. After Scamboli meets robot Pinocchio, he gets this weird idea to turn one of the rides in the theme park called a Whale of Change, in which kids then get onto the ride and then get turned into robot versions of themselves. And at one point, I think Geppetto turns into a robot and then tries to kill Pinocchio. Again, this is a strange kids film. Also, the kids are called Scambobots. They really started running out of ideas the more this film started getting written. As a side note, Howie Mandel, Whoopi Goldberg, and Malcolm McDowell are all voices in this film. So I'm pretty confident I think Pinocchio 3000 is this film. Let me know what your forgotten childhood movie is in the comments below, and I'll try and hunt it down.